Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts. Welcome to Sunday, which is a day besides Thursday that we do another really cool technique. And it just so happens that Thursday we made the 12 by 12 no cut fold only box, gift box. And I've got one right here. This is what I'm talking about. We made these on Thursday, and so it was requested that why don't we do some little cards that'll fit inside. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. And if you're joining me live, hi Alina and Freedom. There is a chat, so I'm going to be talking to a few of the people that come in from our community. If you're not a part of that community, you can find us at Quality Crafts at facebook.com. And as soon as we've got moderators that come in on this live video today, they will like link you up and do all that kind of cool stuff. So thanks Alina. I'm doing well. How are you? So glad you're here. I am actually doing pretty well. I don't know, I've just got this issue with my throat today. So pardon me if I'm clearing my throat a little bit more than usual. I don't know what it is, but we're going to make some really cool cards that will fit inside there. Hi, Elise. And I've got them on screen right now so that you can see what we're doing. If you're looking to get your tools together while I do a little bit of chatting here, if you're watching archived, you can skip all this mumbo jumbo if you don't want to hear all the chit chat. Although there's a lot of people from the community that enjoy watching it archived so that they can get the feel of that they're still with a group of people while they're crafting, because that is really fun. Hi, Cindy. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. She said she's looking forward to doing the cards because she saw the gift box. Hi, Tarita. Thanks for the little hearts. That's so sweet. Hi, Jody. We're having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Madison. Almost not a cloud in the sky that I can see. Mostly sunny. Really warm. And we've been out and about, my husband and I, looking at houses to buy, which is a brand new development in our life. We just realized that what we're paying out in rent and having me finally getting rid of one of my, I had a home and he has a home, but we rent and we live here, that we may be able to purchase a home, so we're going to start looking. So that's super fun. Hi, Eva. And Alina. Who else am I missing? Who snuck in by me? Did I say hi to Cindy? If I didn't, I apologize. Hi, Lori. I think I missed you. Sometimes the chat goes whizzing by and other times it just stays stagnant for a little bit. Yeah, so I'm hoping to find a home that has a place for my studio where I can close the door. Chuck, on the other hand, really wants another room just like what he has so that he can have his extended, what do you call that TV? The one that, what's that called, Chuck? Can you hear me?
Projector.
Projector TV. We know where it projects from the one wall on this little projector thing that you hang up, and then it's like a movie theater where it fills the entire opposite wall. It's amazing. It's truly, when he first wanted to get it, I was really doubtful, but when he got it and set it up, I was like, this is so crazy cool. It's really awesome. Yeah, so wouldn't it be fun if I actually had my own studio? That would be amazing. I'm totally looking forward to that. Hi, Sherry and Tarita and Sherry. Oh, same Sherry. Sorry, I was scrolling down. So glad you guys could meet me here today on a Sunday afternoon. I am still contemplating moving the times of a few videos. I'm not sure. I don't want to lose all of the community that has gotten used to meeting at these times. So I'm still kind of going, well, you know, it's called hemming and hawing. I just can't get off the fence. I'm not sure what side I want to be on. So, yeah, it would be really cool. I don't know. We both got burned owning homes before this. So we really want to go into this with our eyes wide open and get something that works for us, that we can afford, that's going to be really, really positive in our lives and not a money pit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to make sure that we get something that will grow with us and will meet all of our needs. So that's what we're looking for. Hi, Candy. So what I typically do on my channel is, like what I'm doing right now is chit chat with you guys. I love to talk to you guys that are in my community because I don't want to be this, you know, like remote person that you see on a video but you can't talk to and you can't message and that kind of thing, because how boring is that? So I do take time to talk to the people in my community that come into the videos for live stream. You can chat with me on Quality Crafts on Facebook. You can send me messages on through my website, qualitycrafts.com. You can talk to me through the blog which is jensqualitycrafts.blogspot.com. And you can definitely contact me through Patreon, which is patreon.com/qualitycrafts. And that is a platform where you can pledge to help me sustain my channel so that I can do this, you know, forevermore, which is my goal, to become full-time here. Right now, I am actually a full-time SEA, which is a student educational aide in the school district here. And I was previously an interpreter for the deaf, hoping to get back to that if I do have to stay with the district. That maybe some new kiddos will move into the district and I'll become an interpreter down the road again. If not, no big deal. I can remain an SEA, no big deal in that. But I would really, really, really love to be a full-time YouTube teacher, because that's my passion. That is what I truly am passionate about. I think I have cookie dust on my shirt. I can feel it. I got about 2 minutes left. I always start at 5 minutes after the hour on Sunday afternoon and on Thursday evening, just to make sure that everyone's got plenty of time to get in. They don't miss the beginning of the project, because it kind of is, I mean, I do love it when you guys watch and rewatch so that you can become successful if you're new to the techniques that we're doing. But it is nice that you don't miss the beginning if you are coming in specifically to see us live. Oh, hello, Cademuns. They're back. Hi, Mr. Merle. Nice to have you. Did I miss Sandy? Oh, Sandy's here. Hi, Sandy. It looks like I try to look up and look at the camera so that makes it look like I'm actually engaging with you. But when I'm looking down and talking, it's because I have to look down to see what you guys are saying in the chat. So it looks a little awkward, I think. Oh, hi from the Wisconsin Dells area. That's not too far from me. Hi, Dan. Let's see, let me just put this up one more time in case you missed the beginning of what we're doing. We made these boxes on Thursday, and they have belly bands on them, and they open up. They're a one sheet of 12 by 12, so if you haven't seen how to create this box, the link is in the description box below for you. You don't even have to look for it. And it ends up making that little thing. Now, this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper, no cut, fold only box. And somebody got a hold of me. Oh, I should have wrote it down because I never remember anything, and said, you don't need the belly band. You could tuck this side, this cover into the other cover with a little bit of finagling, and that it would stay together. And it sure does. Look at that. You don't even need a belly band. It will stay together. But it does do this. It makes a little bit of a bump in there, like it squishes down. But unless you're looking for that, you probably wouldn't even notice that. The reason being is that both sides are exactly the same size. So if you wanted to somehow, I don't know, cut this down or fold this different, I'm not even going to get into that because I'm totally unprepared. But I love that idea. I wish I could give credit to whoever said that she figured that out. That is really cool. Check it out. You can totally get that to stay just like that. No belly band needed. Thank you so much for whoever said that. Now, I am not here as an all-knowing, perfect crafter. You guys that are in the community already know that. I'm really down to earth. I'm going to show you all the mistakes, and I am going to make mistakes. Let me tell you. But I learn as much from you guys as you learn from me. So don't be afraid. I mean, don't like pummel me with you shoulda, coulda, woulda all the time. But if you have an idea or you're like seeing something that I'm completely missing and you want to bring that to my attention or bring it up better yet in the live chat so we can all learn from it, the more the merrier. I mean, if I learn, then I get better too. We're all on that same journey, right? But just in different spots in the road. So we're at 2:05. We're going to get started on our project right away. These are the things that you're going to need, essentially, depending on what you want your cards to look like. Make it uniquely your own. Use the stuff in your stash. And if you're looking for the exact supplies that I use, they're all in the description box below. So we've got two embossing folders that we used. And you're probably wondering why. I embossed the little envelopes. Like, how fun is that? This one had the little bee on it, so I put it right in the corner of the envelope. super fun. And this one I just did some kind of a flowery sort of a thing, but it had little hearts on the end. And that matched with the little koala who has a heart, so I did his that way. And so I will show you how to do the envelopes, but that was kind of a little bit latent kind of a thought. These do not fit inside the box. I just want you to know that before we start creating. This is a 3x3 box, but these are 3x3 and they just don't quite fit. They're just a little bit too big. The little cards do, however. They fit in there perfectly. But do you see, if you cram it in there, you're going to have a hard time like getting it back out. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie our little group of cards once we've got them finished with a little piece of jute, with tie a little bow on the top so that they can just grab the bow and pull them all out. That'll just make it a little bit easier so nobody's frustrated by that. I am still just dying over that. Whoever told me that you could do this, tuck this in and not have to use the belly band. However, I am going to use the belly band because I really feel like that is an excellent way to tuck in these envelopes that don't fit. So we'll be tucking them in right underneath on the bottom, right in the belly band. If you want to make an extra envelope or an extra something to put them in, you definitely can, but I feel like, or you can put them right on the top if you don't want them to be on the bottom. If you're going to set them on a table or something maybe dirty or whatever, you can always tuck them right in the belly band on top. That way they've got envelopes. You don't always have to include envelopes. You can skip that whole part if you want. I am going to show you how to make these using the envelope punch board. Now, if you don't have that or you can't afford that, I have already shown a video on how to make envelopes using regular printer paper, which is what these are made out of, using nothing but a trimmer and some folding. That's it. So if you want to watch that video, that's in the description box below. Go ahead and watch that. You don't need the punch board at all. But I'm going to use that today. So a little bit of jute, those, and we're going to make these cute little cards, and you're going to need a little bit of ink because we are going to be stamping some little sentiments on the inside using this awesome set that's in the store. And it has thinking of you with love, have a great day, and best wishes. And then it's got all these little cutie pie things like little smiley faces and exclamation points and little hearts and all kinds of stuff that you can put and stamp on the inside of your cards, which is super fun. I'm going to show you that as we get going here. So these are the cards that we're going to make. There's two different kinds. Like I said, use what's in your stash. Use what you have. If you specifically want this bee or this koala bear, they are in the Quality Crafts store. So qualitycrafts.com, upper right-hand corner, click on store. And when that pops up, you're going to want to look for Cutie Critters Digis. And that category will pop up all the cutie critters, and you'll be able to find those guys. The bee is brand new, so he just got added yesterday. All right, so let's talk about what we need here. We need pieces like this that are cut down to size. So I've got a whole bunch here. I think we're going to make probably 4 more cards today. So 2 of these and 2 of these, even though I've got more prepared. But you're going to want to know the measurements, right? Now I have the measurements on the blog, and that's going to go up as soon as we're done here. So if you don't catch them during the video, you can rewind and write it down, or pause and write it down. And if you want to just get them all right off the bat, you can wait until the blog post gets up, and then you'll be able to see them all right then and there. So it's 5.5 by 2 3/4. So you're essentially getting a square card that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So the width is 2 3/4, but then the length is going to be 5.5, so that when you fold it in half, you get that perfect square. Okay, so you're going to want to cut all of your pieces, which I've already pre-done. 5.5 by 2 3/4, and that's because that little inside box of that gift box is about 3 by 3. So if we made it 3 by 3, they just wouldn't fit. Be way too tight. So 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Oh, well, the envelopes fit in the top tuck. Let's check that out. Where's that little guy? I set him off too. Ah. So you're thinking maybe tuck them in here? They will, but they stick out a little bit. Yeah, I kind of played with that in the very, like, as soon as someone told me about that, and I thought, well, I'll try. But if you stick them in there, they stick out a little bit, so you decide where you want to put yours. However it works for you. Underneath here, or underneath the belly band, or maybe just separate. The reason why these are 3 by 3 and I couldn't make them smaller so that they would fit, unless I do the DIY envelopes, not using the punch board, then I can make them smaller. I can make them exactly to fit the card. But the reason why these are 3 by 3 is because the envelope punch board just doesn't go small enough to fit these exactly. So I just went with the easiest path without having to worry about it, and that's what I came up with. So I hope that answers the question, whether or not they would tuck in there. They certainly do, but they hang out a tad. So back to what we're doing here, 5.5 by 2 3/4. And when you fold them in half, you get a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 square card that opens up. And I'm using double-sided paper because then the whole thing is decorated and I didn't really have to think much about it. This is the same set that I used for the 12 by 12 purses. If you're looking for that one, that's in the description box below as well. And the 12 by 12 no cut fold only gift box, which I just showed you guys. So I'm getting a lot of use out of that 12 by 12 paper. I had somebody come to me. Let's see. We're going to do 2. Let's move that one out of the way. I think we'll do 2 of each. That's plenty. Because then I'll have 4 of each. Because I did 2 of each ahead of time for, you know, purposes of the photographs and having, so that you could see what we're headed towards. It's always helpful to me. I don't know about you guys. Always helpful to me to see what the end product is going to look like so that in my brain as I'm creating, I know what I'm geared toward. So here are the inserts for the inside, which means the inside of the card. You're going to want something on the right hand side. I mean, these bees are super cute, but to write over them would be kind of messy. So there's a little white insert that will go in, and you can double these up or whatever you want to do, but I just went with white. And I think these are 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 by 2.5. So the little squares, 2.5 by 2.5, and that's going to go on the inside. And I've got all 4 of mine cut already, so I've got 4 of those. I've got 4 card bases. And then for the koala bear, he's right here. Whoops, he's upside down. For the koala bear, he disappeared on here. Like, can't really see him. So I popped him on a red background, which is just this exact same paper using the inside. See, it's the same paper, but using the red from the inside so everything matches. And then he stands out really nicely. So if you want to do, if you're going to use the digis that I have here, and by the way, you can purchase these already pre-colored exactly as they are today. They're in the shop as black and white line art if you want to color them yourself, or they're in the shop pre-colored. Not every digi I create comes pre-colored. Right now, the only ones that come pre-colored are some of the cutie critters. If that becomes something that's really popular and people want the colored ones because it's just easier, then I need to know so that I can put them in there that way. So here are the cute little bees. That's BB, BEA, BEE. That's B the bee. I love it. It cracks me up. Okay, so these little red things to put the koala bear on, if you want to know what size these are in case you're planning on doing exactly the same ones I am, these are 2 by 2. Okay, so the inserts are 2.5 by 2.5. The ones for the outside are 2 by 2. And our bases are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. However, to fold it in half, it's 2 3/4 by 5.5. All right, so I used my silhouette cameo to cut out all my bees and all my little koalas. If you want to buy these by the sheet, you can get a sheet of koalas. Koalas come 15 on a sheet. I would actually remove them from the sheet. They would be cut out just like he's cut out. You'd get 15 of them for $1.99 plus shipping. So if you're looking for that kind of a thing. The bees are a little bit bigger. So if you want a sheet of bees, you'd get, I think it's, let's see, 11 bees pre-colored cut out just like this looks for $1.99 plus shipping. So if you really want these exact ones, that's where you can find them. They'll be in the store. The sheets are not in the store yet, so contact me if you want anything that's colored and printed and cut out on the silhouette, and I'd be glad to do that for you. So we need 2 of each because we're going to make 4 cards right now. And then we're going to make the envelope. So let's go ahead and just assemble our cards since that's the easiest part. And you can do, by all means, get crazy with this and make these super cute and uniquely your own. I just chose to do it this way because I feel like this is a really easy way to do it. You don't have to color anything. You wouldn't have to cut anything, you know, if you wanted to purchase supplies and do that kind of a thing. But it's also just as easy to use your own stash. What kind of papers do you have? What kind of digits have you colored lately that you have laying around that you want to use up? And they don't have to be big. You know, they can be little. That kind of thing. So have fun with it. So Sharon Powell says that she would like colored and uncolored. I need to know that there's actually going to be people that are purchasing that ahead of time before I turn, like, it takes a lot of time on my part to put that all and like change over the whole store to be that way. So I would rather have people come to me and say, hey, I need this and this in colored. And then I would focus my energy on putting those 2 things in the store colored for you. You can get them ahead of time if you contact me through Facebook. PM is probably the quickest way to catch me. If you send me an email, it's probably going to be a day or 2. I'm just not an I'm just going to be honest. I don't check my email as often as I check my Facebook. The Facebook goes straight to my phone and I can look at it immediately. Email, I have to like go into it and then look through things. And so if you want something or you need something through the store that you don't see, contact me via private message on Facebook. That's the quickest way, and I'll be glad to help you out with anything you need. So let's go ahead and do a couple of these after. I think we should make the envelopes. So let's talk about how big the envelopes have to be using this punch board. Because I was going to put these together, but let's just hold on to that. This is going to be a really super easy process because now you have all the dimensions and we have everything pre-cut and ready to go. So let me just bring this in for you. This is a super fun tool. I thought, why would we need a tool for this and a tool for something else and a tool for... I was really, really against using this until somebody gave me this envelope punch board and I was like, how did I live without this? But like I said, if you don't have an envelope punch board, you can make envelopes for any kind of card that you create all by yourself using just some folds and some printer paper and a trimmer. The video for that is in the description box below. But this one, we're going for a 3x3. So all you do is you look down this chart. And hopefully you can see this because I have the autofocus off because it makes everyone nuts. There's a 3x3 right here. And then when you slide over, it tells you how big to make your paper, which is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then you slide over again and it tells you exactly where to start your scoring, which is on this one, 2 5/8. Now, if you're like, I can't find the eighths and I'm confused, it actually literally puts on there all the eighths for you. So here's the 2 and here's the 5/8 right here. And it says 5/8. I know that it's blurry and it's hard to see because of that's off, but it's super, super simple. So you take your square piece of paper that was cut at 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 according to their chart, and you put it in here at 2 5/8. 2 5/8 is right here, so I have it lined up. And then all you do is punch and stick your score. They give you a scorer, but you don't have to use this one. It's plastic, but I'm just going to use it for now. But you can use your bone folder, and you just score from this little part out. Then you just turn it 90 degrees. You have this beautiful score line. All you're going to do is tuck it under and line up that score line with this little piece of plastic that bumps out here. That's it. Just line it up with that so that it meets that score line. Punch again and score. And then just keep turning. Line it up with that score line, punch, and score. One more time. Line it up with that little thingamabob, punch, and score. And you should end up with something that looks just like that. Now, paper is not always exactly perfect, and here are the little pieces that come out. So sometimes this turns out perfect, and sometimes it doesn't. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when you put this, when you fold these edges over, you may have a little bit of an edge somewhere, like a teeny tiny edge there, or like that sticks up a little bit, doesn't meet exactly in the middle the way you think it should. This one turned out pretty close. But there are going to be a little bit of discrepancies in each one. I don't want you guys to freak out about that because it's not that big of a deal, and your recipient isn't going to grade you on how super your envelope is. And then I just put a little roll of tape down that side and then close it up. Okay, and that's how I made the envelopes, using the envelope punch board. And we're going to need 4 of those. So I'm just going to go ahead, since we've got time. Oh, you're not late. You're not late at all, guys. You just come on in whenever you can get here. So if you're looking for the punch board and all the tools and stuff, that's all listed down below. I usually have a list of suggested supplies that I find through Amazon that you can purchase so that you don't have to look around if you don't want to. It makes it convenient for you. And I am also an affiliate for Amazon, so I get a tiny commission each time you buy something. And I know there are people out there that I've heard this spiel a bazillion times, but if you go in through any one of my links, no matter what you purchase, whether you purchase dental floss, toilet paper, or underwear for your husband, it all counts. It does not matter whether you're purchasing craft supplies or something for your home or your family. So I really appreciate when you use my links. It helps me to continue and sustain my channel. And sometimes people say, well, what does that mean, sustain? That means for me to keep doing this. For me to stick around, because it takes money to buy the supplies and it takes time out of my schedule to prep and do everything for you guys. And I love it, but it's still my job. I don't consider this like just a hobby. Like, I have a commitment towards you guys. Like, I plan on being here into the future. I'm not just fly by night saying, oh yeah, you know, support me, and then I'm gone next week. No, this is my thing. This is what I want to do. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm not just going to be like gone unless something terribly tragic happens to me that I have no control of. So 2 5/8, and we're just going to punch and score. And I'm just going to do a couple more of these. So we've got everything ready to roll. Punch. Sometimes I stand up because of the punch, just so I can get it to go a little bit smoother. It's more like if you can punch straight down, it's just smoother. So turn, line up, and then punch and score, and that's it. That's all it takes. So we'll do a couple more. 2 5/8, punch and score. So I already did Christmas in July, and I know many of you guys really enjoyed that, but there are a couple out there of you that really want me to do more Christmas cards, and I'm wondering, like, when do you guys want those done? Like, I don't know about you, but I have ideas going out like a month or 2 already set up, and I need to know, like, how late is too late to show you guys how to make Halloween cards. Like, I would really love some feedback. Like, how late is too late for you guys to be introduced to something Christmassy? Like, if I am doing Christmas cards in October, is that too late for you? Have you already made yours? How much of a go-getter are you guys? Did you make all your Christmas cards in July and now you're like, I'm done with that? Like, I would love to hear some chitter about that. All right, so I've got those all done. I'm going to move that punch board out and all the little piles of junk there out of the way. And there is a little keeper right here on the side here. Look, it even says final result should look like that. And there are some that turn out like rectangles, I believe, you know, depending on what you pick. And all the directions are written right on it. I mean, this is just awesome. If you guys don't have a score or envelope, even though you can make your own, if you are going to invest in something, that is one thing that I would invest in. Personally, if I was doing this all over again, I would definitely invest in one. But like I said, my channel is about making you successful, so you don't have to buy the latest and the greatest. But that doesn't mean that I won't show it to you or that I might not have it myself. But you don't have to. Everyone's going to do what works for them. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these together in kind of a quick motion since you've already seen me do one. Because then I'm going to show you how I put these through the Cuddle Bug. See, oh, here's one. So I can show you this. I got a little bit of that ATG tape on the outside, so I'm just going to wipe it off. Okay. Do you see the discrepancy there? Where it didn't come together exactly right. That's what I mean when I say paper is not always perfect. So don't worry about that, especially in this project since we're going to be doing, we're going to be shoving these through the Cuddle Bug, so you probably won't even see that. Be careful where you're putting your tape. Now look at this one. This one came together exactly perfect. Look at that. It does not always come out that way. All right, I'm super excited because when I'm done here with you guys, we're gonna go look at another house. Look, that one came out right too. Whoop, go me. I don't know how to tell you that to do it so it will come out exactly perfect. I'm just not sure. So another thing that I would suggest you get if you don't already have for dry embossing, because it's just super fun, would be a Cuddle Bug or anything of that sort of thing. I just really enjoy the Cuddle Bug. At the time, I got it for like, I don't know, 40% off. It was super cheap, and I found it at Michael's, and it was awesome. So look for coupons. You know, be frugal with your money and use coupons and look for when it goes on sale. And a lot of times if I find things on sale like that, I will post you a link through Amazon. If you're an Amazon purchaser and you have Prime, then that makes it even better because they'll drop it off at your door and you don't have to go to the store. Because, like, I'm outgoing on camera, but people, I like my house. I'm a homebody. I like to be here crafting, hanging out. Could talk to my husband right through the wall. Although if we move, I might actually get my own studio. That would be really awesome. I would not complain. So we're going to go ahead and emboss these 4 envelopes. I love this one. This just makes me crazy happy. Look at the big bees. Can you just see that on a card with those big bees there and this in the background? You could do it like on a yellow or a black or whatever. Oh, it's just be so cool. So I decided that I would take the envelope. This is the back, so put it down and put the envelope in here face up, and I tucked it right up into the corner. Because that way I knew that this one big bee would show up on there. Can you see the bee? There we go. Would be on there in the corner, and then it actually shows up on here on the back of the envelope as well. It's really cool. So I've got this big, like, non-see-through plate. I don't know what that's called because everything's worn off mine. Might be a C, I'm not sure. And then 2 B plates, and that's it. That's all you need as a sandwich. And then just roll it through. That's it. Check it out. Look at that. So cool. So fun. So I'm going to do 2 of those. Because those are going to go with the B ones that we did. The B cards. So we're going to put those cards together in just a snap here. There we go. I missed a lot of what you guys said, and I usually miss a lot of what you guys say in the chat. So if you have a lot of input into what I was asking you, thank you. It is the C plate. Awesome. That was my guess because I couldn't remember for sure. I would like to hear from you guys over in Quality Crafts. If you could just remind me what you said in here pertaining to, what did I ask you about? Pertaining to move, no, I didn't ask you about the times today. What did I say? Can't ever remember. So into what I'm doing. So excited about embossing. Embossing, whether it be embossing with a powder or through the Cuddle Bug, is just, I just so love it. This is just so much fun. Like just shoving stuff through here and then opening it up and seeing what it looks like. Look at that. Now, if you want a deeper emboss, like this one doesn't emboss really deep. You could add in one of those little rubber, I don't have one with me right now, but one of those little rubber inserts, and then it will squish that together even a little bit tighter. Although that is pretty it is really raised. But that is a trick if you're ever looking for that. So I'm going to put these back on here. This thing also really is cool because it won't probably not stick to this, but you can fold this up and take it with you. This handle pops up. I don't know about how the new ones are, but oh, hi Liney. Liney came to say hi to you guys. But if you put it down and you pop these guys open like this, oh, did you see that move? I don't know if you saw that move, but it suctions to the table and it's supposed to stick. Yeah, it's not going to stick because I have this thing down, but directly on my table, it will stick. It has a really cool suction, so it doesn't move around when you're cranking on it. But I'm going to move this out of the way so that we can finish this up. So the next thing we're going to do is just go ahead and assemble these. If you want, again, if you come late or you missed it or you just want a redo of all the measurements for the base of the card, the insert for the card, and the one on the outside, you'll find that at my blog. I've already got it ready to go. I'm going to tweak it when I'm done with here and pop that up on the blog so that you have it right away. And so we're just going to put these together. So these 2.5 by 2.5 white inserts, just get a little bit of tape and just get popped on the inside of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape these all up right now. Dun, dun. Just so long as I've got the HEG tape out right now. I painted my fingernails this morning, which is something I don't normally do. I usually do, you know, at the end of the day when you're sitting in your chair or doing whatever you do at night. If you're watching a TV watcher and you're just like, you're just kind of zoning out because you're tired, but you're not ready to go to sleep. So you're just kind of just hanging in there. That's usually when I do my nails because then I know that I'm not going to be up moving around and doing stuff. Oh, so I just line this up the best I can. That looks about center and pop them in. And that's it. Penny says, 50 watching and 26 likes. Do we need to help you find the like button? That just helps me. You know, guys, when you click the like button, it's not like because we just frivolously want you to be like, yeah, I like that. It's because that's one of the ways that YouTube decides whether or not they're gonna. It's one of the factors. It's not the factor, but one of the factors that YouTube uses to decide whether or not my videos are going to be seen. So if you do like them and we get a lot of likes and we get a lot of interaction and comments and stuff, then my videos are bumped up a little bit more. So that's the reason why we bug you to do the likes and stuff. It's never just because. There's always a reason why. So now we're going to put these little red ones right on top. Like I said, I use double-sided paper because, you know, everything looks fancier and then you don't have to worry about it. But if you only have white paper, get out your stamps, people. Use your stamps and, you know, make your own paper. Like, I got a lot of make your own paper stuff coming up. So if you're like, what do you mean make your own paper? Like, stick around because there's going to be some really cool videos coming up. I'm super excited about a bunch of the ideas that are coming around. I'm just going to make sure that I got these going the right way so my bumblebees are facing up and not upside down. And my flowers are facing up so that I get the tops of the cards. Okay, so we've got 2 bumblebees and we've got 2 koala bears. I've got a whole stack of them here that I don't need. What do I do with my other koala bears? Oh, there they are. Okay, I've got stacks of them I don't need right now. And we've got these done. So I popped up my my BB, my BB, and my koala bear with the double-sided foam tape, which you can also find in the shop if you're looking for that. It's $5 for this big darn roll. So I priced it out. Some people like to go and buy that ginormous roll. It's like this big. I kid you not. It's like this big by 3M or something. And I don't know if it's like $30, $40, $50 for that roll or something like that. And it's ginormous. I priced it out, and it's the same price if you buy my rolls at $5 a roll and buy it, you want it one roll at a time. It's almost exactly the same price as that. Unless the prices have changed, because that could happen too. Prices do fluctuate. But it was practically the same, and I was like, wow, okay, well, that's dead on then, you know? It's a pretty good deal. All right, so now we've got our butterflies, and those are going to go, not our butterflies, why do I keep saying that? Be the bee. It's going to go on this card, and I just put like one way and one tilted the other way. However you want to do it, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to go ahead and pop on our quality bear. These are so stinking cute. By the way, if anyone wants to know who colored these, 9 times out of 10, it's probably Penny. And I probably never even told anybody that, but she's an awesome colorist. And there's a bunch of cutie critters in there that I've colored myself, so I just can't do it all, people. I got lots of people helping me. So there we go. Super cute. We've got one of each, so I'm just going to toggle them. Bear, bee, bear, bee. Okay, and then getting them into... Oh, we should probably stamp them first, huh? Yeah, let's stamp them next. So I'm just going to bend them back so that they lay a little bit flat. And we're going to go ahead and stamp these guys out. Now, I am using the stamp from the shop. I can't remember what we named this one. Thinking of You, maybe. You'll notice it right away. It's underneath the stamps. It's the one that has a little, like, looks like a little bridge and a little house. And then this one's got like 2 little houses, super cute, and they're just like mini adult coloring books. So if you stamp these guys out, you can color them. But what I'm focusing on today are all these itty bitty fabulous little greetings and little itty bitty icons and stuff that you can stamp into here. And I'm going to use a bunch of those because they're super stinking fun. So I need a couple of blocks. I'm going to use this one for the sentiment. Now I'm going to do some Thinking of You and some Have a Great Day, because those are the sentiments I feel like I will be able to use the most, especially where I work. So this one is Have a Great Day, and I'm going to pick it up and just drop it back on there because it was a little crooked. There we go. And I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink, because it's my favorite. And let's just go ahead and stamp that in there on one of the bees and one of the koala bears. Have a great day. I'm leaving room at the end because I may want to put an exclamation point, but I'm not sure yet. That's a really good question. I'd like to know that too. Does the humidity ruin a lot of things in Florida? I have a lot of cards that I've made over the years with the stuff that I have, and I'm in Wisconsin and we get humid in the summer, but then, you know, we get winter and we've got 4 seasons. And I haven't had issues with mine, but that is a really good question. I don't know about Florida. So that was Have a Great Day. And let's do this one that says Thinking of You. And then I'll show you the other little things that we can do. So I'm putting them on the bottom, off to the left. You can put them on the top. You can put them in the middle. However you want your cards to look. And I'm just wiping this off with a baby wipe. If you're looking for baby wipes, I shop at Target. And I always get this kind. Unscented baby wipes. They are free of alcohol, chlorine, fragrance, and they're hypoallergenic. So there's no alcohol, fragrances, nothing crazy in there that you have to worry about. And then I'm going to pick up something from here. There's these 2 little hearts here that are super cute. And so my original cards had little hearts in them. I'm going to switch to a smaller block. This little teeny tiny block. And I just toggled the hearts, like one going a little bit to the left and then one going a little bit to the right. like this. And then stamped those on there like up here. That's it. And you can color those in if you want. There's a teeny tiny smiley face, so you can make a little smiley face in yours. I'm not going to put the smiley face in this one, just because I don't want to. But I'm going to show you the one that does have the smiley face. So the teeny tiny smiley face in there, you can do that. You can put a little smiley face on anything. Want to stamp a little smiley face when you make your signature on your other cards and things that you make, you could use that. There's just so much little fun stuff on here that you can get creative with. There's little exclamation points if you want to put that at the end of your word, your little sentence there. I'm going to skip that this time, I think. I really love the little star too. It's adorable. Stick these down. Let's see, what else do we have? There's actually a little smiley face in a circle, so if you wanted the whole circle smiley face. So here's, I was saying, there's a little bit larger star and a little smaller star, so if you want to do stars instead of hearts, you could do that. A moon and a bird and a bunch of trees. This little flower would be super cute, and then you could color them in, that kind of thing. I think I'm going to leave those just like that. Maybe I'll do the exclamation point because that's super cute. Super cute. So that's the exclamation point. It's super tiny. You'll be able to see it better when I stamp it. See that? Yeah, we'll go ahead and stamp those all. Oops. Kind of bumped it. Super fun. This set is super fun. All right, let me put that little guy back in because he's so tiny I don't want to lose him. Return him right away. Make sure we're not tossing anything out. There we go. And I believe we're done with the stamping. So I'm going to put these back in there just so that as I'm monkeying around, I don't lose any of those pieces. So now we've got all the stamping done. We've got the envelopes done. Now we can go ahead and I'm going to use this. This is my homemade, I don't have this linked, but if you want to make your homemade embossing buddy, is what they call them. Mine has baby powder in it. You can use talc, you can use cornstarch, whatever you want. I like the smell of this. I'm just going over that ink with that on purpose because I tend to use that ink and then it doesn't dry right away. And then I end up getting the ink all over. So that just gets rid of that worry for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in a stack now. And we're going to use this little jute or twine, whatever you choose to call it. I did link some of this down below. It's from Darice, and you get like a whole pound of it for like $4.77. I do know that some Dollar Trees, if you happen to be lucky enough to live by one, have jutes and stuff like this. The one that I have, let's see, my dollar store only has like the great big fat kind, like this. Actually, it's probably like around this size, I think. I saved these from Christmas presents because my family gives, my in-laws give away socks and they wrap them up in newspaper funnies and tie it with this. So I save this every Christmas. That's why I have it. But the dollar store has like big stuff like this. And then it has, at least mine does, Dollar Tree. Not Dollar Days, not Dollar General, Dollar Tree, where everything truly is $1. Mine carries like the multicolored ones. But for this project, I was really liking the fact that this was not colored. And I didn't do this ahead of time, so we're just going to monkey around with this and see how we like to tie this up. I just figured this would be an easy way, besides making just another belly band, to tie these up and be able to get them back out of that little box without ruining them. I don't even know where my end is. I bought this, I think, pretty sure I got this at Goodwill or something, so I didn't even pay a lot for this one either. So look around. You know, if you've got garage sales in your area still, I don't know, we've got like a couple left, but they're really petering out because technically, you know, we have winter and fall here, so people are not having garage sales in the middle of winter. They just don't. It doesn't make any sense. So let's go ahead and just use this one. I'm going to measure it just in case so you know. 12. Almost almost exactly 24 inches. Let's just go with that. If we need to cut it down, we don't need quite that much, we can. And I'm thinking, couldn't we just do something like over this side and then down at the bottom where they meet, and then twist them and then bring them back up and then make a bow on the top. I'm thinking 24 inches should be enough to make a pretty good bow. Yep, that totally works. I think you probably could color this with your sprayers. I'm not sure. I don't see why not. Can you get this in like a lighter color than this? That would be fabulous. Who said that? Abshire Interpreting? That would be really cool. So, oh, thanks, Jill. She said she ordered the jute from the link. I'm going to pull this out. Get rid of these because I had done those ahead of time. And the belly band, and let's just check this out and see how well these go in there. So we've got them already tied up, and we're going to slide these in there, and they fit beautifully. You could put, we've got 4 in there now. I believe you could probably put 8, maybe even 12. But now they can pull on this jute and just lift the whole thing out, okay, to get them out so they're not getting stuck. That was just my idea. You don't have to do that. I just think that's a really good idea. Yes, color the jute with your ink sprays. Such a cool idea. And these just don't fit. They're just too big. What if we, somebody said, what if we stuck them in here? Could we stick them all the way to the inside? Let's try that idea. Nope, because it's going to fold right here. That's as far in as you can get it. So they are going to stick out. But you could do that. If you wanted them, you know, hiding in there, the envelopes, I like that idea. I can't remember who said that, but that was a super idea. Let's just go ahead and put them there. So now we've got 4 of our cards in there and 4 of our envelopes tucked in. And I'll put the belly band back on. Oops, I put it on upside down. That's okay. But now we've got everything in the box and it's all contained. I do like that idea. If you stick those in, as long as you're using a belly band, you can almost get them tucked all the way in. But if you're going to use not the belly band, okay, if you're going to tuck one of the covers inside the other cover like this to make it stay, then you have a little bit less give in there. So if you stuff these in there, they just aren't going to go any further than that. So you're going to have a little bit more sticking out. So if you untuck that and you just put one flap on top of the other, then you have a little bit more room to play with. You can get them tucked in as you put it together to almost clear the edge. And then put the belly band on. Make sure I put it on the right way this time. Yeah, I think that if we put it on this way, then everything is going up and these guys won't fall out. Super cute. Let's do another one since I got these other 4. And here are the other 4 envelopes. Same thing as we just did. But we'll put them in this box. This one says thanks. Let's go ahead and see if I can get a little bit more. You know what? Let's try that other darker one. Let's see how long of a piece I have of that. I love keeping them in these jars. Although this is the kind of thing that, you know, might make you kind of nuts if you have to like reach in there all the time. But I don't have a lot of things in jars, just a few. Let's see if we've got 2 feet on here. 24 inches. There's one. That works out to be pretty slick. 24 inches. You can go around the thing. So I'll show you this one more time in case you were wondering how on earth did I do that. So you start on, I forgot to put that back in the jar. Start on the top and you try to lay it, I'm looking at the string and trying to find where halfway would be, and it's about here. So you put it on top. You have to be pretty dexterous here to get this. You flip them over so that this comes into the back, and then you twist them so that when they're going the opposite way that they came, and then you bring it back up to the front and you just tie it once and then make 2 loops and tie it into a bow. And that's it. And then that will go inside this one. Tuck them in. Get our envelopes here. Make sure those are tucked in as good as we can get them, as far in, so they're not sticking out too much. I don't know what I did different with the other ones. These are sticking out a little bit. No, not too bad. See, just a little bit. And then put this guy on. And line that up. So I've actually got 2. Now I could probably fit all 8 in one. But 4 and 4, that's pretty good. We can tuck those in, tap them down. There we go. So now we've got 2 boxes full of cards. Here's the one that I originally had made the other day. I really like this polka dot gold. Oh my gosh, so cute. Alrighty. So, I'm getting uncomfortable sitting here today. I'm off to see another house, so I'm going to end. Let me just move this over here a little bit. I think I bumped it. Don't forget that you can get supplies from Quality Crafts. If you're ever looking for, like, what did she use for that? It's in the description box below. Oh, I have to make sure that I think I linked you guys to the blog. jensqualitycrafts.blogspot.com. We have a challenge every single month where you can win digis if you're chosen. And it's random chosen, so it doesn't matter how good or how terrible you feel you are. Make art. The only way you're going to get better and feel successful is to obviously follow easy tutorials like I teach. But more so is to practice it. Make them again and again. Now, one of you guys saw me make, I know some of you guys saw me make mistakes. I made tons of them. Making these boxes, because it's not something that I knew how to do before I watched somebody else's tutorial, obviously. I had to make a couple of them. Even on camera, I still was like, am I folding this right? And then eventually, after I made about 5 or 6 of them, it became super easy. So even for me, as I've been doing paper crafting for, 15, 20 years, I still have to practice things and do them. Oh, and if I don't make these boxes now again for 2 or 3 more years, I might have to re-practice them again. So just want you guys to know that. Don't give up. Keep trying. Rewind the video if you have to. If you're looking for the measurements, you can find those on the blog after we're done here. If you make the little cards to go in the box, I would love to see what you guys did, what you came up with, and how they became uniquely your own. Join me on Quality Crafts Facebook group. When we're done here, I'll go over there and I'll pop up an album and put pictures of my cards in there so that you can add yours and we can inspire one another so we can see what else you guys are making. So that's super fun. If you want the stamp set that we used today, that's in the store. It looks like this. And if you want the little koala bear, whether you want a sheet of them already printed out and colored, or you just want to purchase them colored so you can cut them and print them yourself, you can get the koala bear in the store. And you can also get Be the Bee in the store. So we've got BB and the Quality Crafts bear. And these are in the cutie critter category. So you want to look for cutie critters when you hit the store. So qualitycrafts.com, not backslash. I'm getting them mixed up with the blog. The blog is jensqualitycrafts.blogspot.com. My store is just qualitycrafts.com. Upper right hand corner, click on the store. Give it just a second to generate. It will slowly go, and you'll see all the fabulous categories. If you're looking for things that are not in my store, our win-win situation is affiliating with Amazon. So if you scroll down underneath below all of the categories of things that I physically sell in my store, you'll find links to all kinds of wonderful products through Amazon that I affiliate with, that I get a small commission for if you use them. Again, it doesn't matter whether you're buying toothbrushes, toilet paper, or underwear for your husband. As long as you go in through one of my links, it helps out the channel, and I really, really appreciate it. Before I go, I really want to say Thank you to all of my patrons. And I have a new list. Check it out. My fabulous patrons. So Deb Miller is up there at the top in large print, and that's because she is the VIP patron that I have. And then not any less important are all the other patrons that are supporting this channel. So why not let one of them be you? Join us on Patreon today. It's patreon.com/koalateacrafts. Super easy to join. Pledges start at just $1 a month, and that really helps out my channel. So I hope you'll consider it. And as long as we've got all of our questions answered here, I'm just kind of looking through. The links are in there. If you're looking for anything else, it's in the description box below. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.